Hey there, and welcome one and all to another Toonkind FPS game. I am one of the players today, Morskijez, also known as Morski, and I'm playing good old Hugh Script. And I am joined here by my wonderful, amazing friend. So, do you want to say hi?
Oh, well, I'm definitely holding the mirror up once again because you are my amazing friend. But hi everyone, I'm Vwild and I will be playing Lil Lin Stagehand as well as Network. Two people that we love very much, who've been through quite a lot. Everyone in this has been through a
Absolutely.
lot.
Yeah, yeah, and there may be a little bit more, but we won't worry about that right now. Or
No,
maybe we will, but it's fine.
we don't worry about all of that. We're focusing on these guys having a soft time, maybe, potentially. Dice pass a plane.
Hopefully.
I s-
Hopefully, we're aiming for it with this FP.
Yes. But I think it's a good day to open up our scene of, hey, how's Hugh doing today? Because
Well,
he's been
Hugh's
under the
ill.
weather recently. Yeah. He's
Yeah, Hugh's ill. He has not gotten any better. He's honestly a little bit worse than usual at the moment, but a lot's happened recently. He got a pretty terrible wake up call in the middle of the night thanks to certain events. But I
yeah.
do believe that Lynn was contacted. March and Hugh both found out what happened, and it's been a couple days. Hugh knows Lynn is back in town, and March is probably out and about or taking a nap, but he would have told him. So
Yes.
Hugh's picking up his blankets and things, and he's coming over so that he can see how Lynn is doing himself, because he was worried, man.
Okay, I'm just imagining because first off, yeah, Lynn would have definitely informed people as soon as she was, you know, not in, oh god, my outline is absolutely terrible and I'm really in a bad place after she'd had the talk with Craigery. She would have started getting to work on contacting people and letting them know, hi, yes, phone rang off the hook back home. I'm fine, everyone's alive, we're all safe, it's okay, nobody's screaming.
Good, good.
And now I'm just also imagining, because you said, like, Hugh with his bundle of blankets, I'm just now imagining this bundled up little boy just trundling through Toontown. Same shit as always.
Honestly, that's pretty accurate. I do feel that he would have put in a fair amount of blankets and stuff into his hammer space.
No.
Because with the fact that, like, knowing him and the fact that he's already ill, it's not unlikely that he would have tripped. I will be honest. So he has put, yeah, that's why he put a bunch of the blankets away in his hammer space so he can pull them out when he's there.
He is such a
So,
smart boy, but also just trundle, 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 trip, splot.
yeah, yeah. So he's going to avoid that because that hurts. And he's gonna put the blankets and the pillows in his hammer space. Maybe he just has like a pillow out with him right now. Or no, better yet, I'm gonna roll hammer space. Wow, that was close to a fumble. That was a 2. But regardless, you know what Hugh pulled out? He
What?
pulled out his March plushie. And he's just
Oh,
holding that and hugging it to himself as he's just quietly coming along to network.
this
Love
is
you too, Staria.
this is adorable already, and we are full of love. As Hugh's going along, would he like to roll me perception?
I would absolutely love to do that. Hugh, your perception is a +5, I think. The answer is yes. And that is a nat 20. Holy bleep.
All right. Oh yeah, we love to see it. We love to see it. Okay, Hugh, as you're going along, you do happen to notice the closer you get to the stagehand's requiem, that there are people that seem to be watching you. Not in the dangerous, ah, yes, we're going to immediately attack this person the second their back is turned or go after your coin purse, but there are definitely a few faces that the closer you get, as you actually seem to be making a beeline for this building, they are like looking up, like taking stock of, okay, who's that? And then just going
Who
back to
like
their own work.
if there's someone particularly obvious about it, he will just look them in the face and wave, just like hi.
I think there is, just because there is no way that this guy can't look, you know, he looks incredibly out of place in this kind of setting of just on the street. There is a Toon Terrier in a butler outfit that just kind of freezes as though he's like, oh no, I've been caught. Oh boy, oh boy. And just kind of freezes, looks both ways as though perhaps it's someone behind. No, it's not someone behind him, and he just waves back.
Hugh just cheerfully goes along after that.
There is the moment that interaction has happened, it seems as though anyone that was watching has now just entirely relaxed because it's just like, yeah, no, that's a cinnamon roll. That's a baby. Okay, no. And working with that nat 20, Hugh, as you do get to the door, there is something odd. Like you know the Stagehand's Requiem door, it used to be this very big solid oak, beautiful, with the stencil of the stagehand symbol and the name on it. Detective Lil Lin Stagehand. Stagehand's Requiem.
I'm gonna take a guess and say it isn't that anymore.
It,
Thanks to
yeah.
reasons.
Yeah. It's still definitely a nice door, but it is very much a replacement door. And only has Stagehand's Requiem on it. Still
You
in a
know,
nice fancy script, but
it's obvious to see the difference, especially when Hugh's been here multiple times.
mhm.
And you know that's fair considering Hugh got the rundown.
Yep.
And
Just
I'm going to take a guess and say there may still be some damage in this area.
with that
Just
20, everything does seem to have been cleared up very well, but on the streets, I'm still rolling with that nat 20 because wow, nat 20s are awesome. You do
yes.
see there are lamps here and there. You know, this is lower mid Toontown. It's got sometimes the old fashioned aesthetic. I
Yeah,
do
yeah.
just see like lamps up, but not just street lamps. There are now lamps that decorate tops of buildings. They're all off because it's in the middle of the day, but they're just scattered around little beacons of light ready to be activated at night. Signs that things did go down. Little trembles in parts of the brickwork here and there. And of course, well, network is healed now. You've got a bunch of stagehands who all went, "Hey, we know how to build sets. How hard can this be?" And of course,
Amazing.
a guy called Faber the Wizard, who you don't know about, but he has offered to help for free, and he's just doing what he can as well. He knows Genius Loci, but
Oh,
it is as best as it can be. And here you are in front of network, in front of Lynn's home.
and well, what will Hugh do other than just walking up and knock on the door? Lynn? Network?
I'm gonna roll quick thing for Sweetheart, just real quick. Real quick. And I'm not gonna use my clicky clackies for once because I'm trying to. That is a 10. It actually takes a beat Because you know this home. This home, every time you come, the door is basically opened the second you were getting close. It does take a long pause, but then there is a and the door does unlock with a little bit of effort. Not flinging wide open, but in that happy, yes, you can come on in.
Hugh whispers a thanks to network, and he would carefully open and then close the door.
The door closes with a very soft but very firm click. And then there's probably another 2 clicking noises as well. Network is being protective.
Understandable. Have a nice day. I'm just imagining Hugh looking behind him with his little March plushie tucked in his arms, and then he looks back at the house. Should I roll perception again to see what he can see,
Yes,
and
but
also see?
I'm also but actually I'm gonna roll strength on my end for once. You roll your perception. I'll get there in a second.
That's a 19. Holy bleep. 24 on Hugh's end.
Hey, and that is from Sweetheart. She's actually rolled a 17 on strength. She's got
Oh
a
my
plus
goodness.
one. She's got a +1 to strength, but by God, she's using every last ounce of it. And there is just you've wandered in, you're checking things out, and then it's at first a little colder than you're used to, this breeze that rushes around you gently. And then it seems to build strength and excitement, and suddenly you are being partially picked up in a very warm, soft hug. Not quite enough to get you fully in the air, but enough that your feet do just temporarily just skip off the ground.
That's adorable. You definitely get a hey there, network. It's good to see you too.
And there is a happy little melody of a hum, which, with your 24, you notice is quiet, but not in the I am incredibly weak, although, yeah, Sweetheart is still feeling everything, but it's more in the I do not wish to wake someone noise.
Oh, well, network is getting a pat on the walls from Hugh. Or didn't you mention there was a column that is for hugging?
That's a lot further into the house. That's near the back window, which
That's
thankfully is
fair.
entirely intact from everything because nothing ever left the foyer.
That's
But
entirely fair. Now, the network just gets a pat on the walls, but then with his 24 in perception, can I say that Hugh is able to look around and find said very mysterious sleeping person?
yes, indeed, because from from the foyer you can't really see everything. Well, actually, you can see the majority of the house. You can see into the den. As you wander further in, you can see up to the mezzanine and the different rooms. You can see that the doors are closed, but also that it seems downstairs is warmer. And as you're poking your head in, you do just see a little pink pillow that seems to have fallen off to one side, just to the edge of the the opening from the foyer into the den.
Absolutely fair. I think he will pick up that pillow and he's gonna walk on in.
Hugh, there is, you know, the wall of love. There is also a
Yeah.
drawing table at the wall of love. Usually, that is still there. You think maybe. Mainly mainly there is a couch that has been pushed up close to it, and a basically small army of pillows and blankets and plush things and soft things that have just created a small mountain that entirely obscures the bottom part of the wall and just builds up in a tiny mountain hill.
That sounds so incredibly soft, and Hugh's absolutely smiling. He would just he'd attempt to very quietly sneak the pillow in, and you know what? I'll go ahead and roll sleight of hand to see whether he does that successfully. I'd say with a 25, he's successful in just quietly placing the pink pillow back on.
He gets a little head ruffle for his effort because that was very good. That was very skilled. And I think as he does that, yeah, I'm gonna give this with what you've got for your perceptions on this so far. You do see next to the pink pillow the very edges of. At first, you think it's just this strangely golden, fluffy like pillow that's very small, but it's round. But oh, that's the end of Lynn's tail.
Oh, cool.
You cannot see the rest of Lynn. You think maybe she might be buried.
Just possibly. With his perception from before, can he like Lynn's asleep, isn't she? Like she's probably fine in there.
There is a very soft monkey chatter noise and a little squeak as Lynn. There is a shift of the pillows, and she does seem to just like be rolling in her sleep. Yeah, she's asleep.
Honestly, that's entirely fair. I'm just gonna real quick roll another hammer space. And Hugh pulls out one of the blankets he took from home, and he just covers Lynn with it.
I'm gonna roll perception at this one to see whether she can figure stuff out because people are moving. People are moving. Let's see, perception. Yeah, let's see if Monkey can get it. Let's see if Monkey can get it. Nope, I accidentally did
That's
exclamation. I was too
too much
17.
excitement. Oh.
There's as you put the blanket down, it's just like, yes, that's all peaceful, that's all peaceful. And then there's just like a monkey hand out of the pillows. Like almost like something out of Alien, just spontaneous monkey appeared.
Does Lynn grab Hugh?
Yes.
Hugh squeaks. Just
There is monkey wide-eyed. Monkey looks around. Monkey hears squeak. Monkey looks and goes, "Chew! Hi!"
Hey Lynn, I came to visit a bit. I'm glad to see you're resting.
Aww.
And he is absolutely looking at the pillow pile that is half on top of Lynn. Can he even see Lynn's face yet, or is it just the arm and the voice from the pillows?
I think he can see the eyes. Like the eyes which have just got this faint, like very slight orange glow to them, like to the pupils, and he can just see that in the middle of this pile.
Yeah, that's fair.
And
I guess Lynn, on your well, if you want, Lynn, roll me a perception or an insight just to take in Hugh's state.
I'm gonna roll insight. I can also say that you will note that Lynn's used her left hand to grab him.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that is a 12 for insight. How do you be the boy?
Okay, so like Lynn, you know Hugh, and you can tell he's happy to see you. And I think with that 12, you can also tell that he's just relieved to see you here. Alongside all of that, then you will note, like, you've probably visited Hugh in March while Hugh was ill, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has been multiple weeks after all.
Yeah, she will at minimum have done at least 2 chili runs to check in on these guys. Probably not 4. She would have probably come through the window because that has style points.
It's okay. At this point, Hugh is used to both Lynn and Decimal coming in through the window. So, like, I know March has tried to put locks which haven't worked. He doesn't bother. He just keeps the window unlocked because, hey, his family is coming in through there as well.
Just have one that can unlock from the outside, and then give these two a key. It's like a cat. It's like an advanced cat flap.
I mean, Peking Decimal has the apartment key, though. What's the point? I'm sure Lin would have gotten an
The point
apartment
is
key
windows.
too.
The point is windows, my fine dude. This is Toontown. What did you expect?
I mean, yeah, yeah. Hugh at least isn't judging.
I'm presuming March is by that simple statement of Hugh isn't, March probably is.
Well, I can't be the one to say that, can I? That has to be Staria. But anywho,
Indeed. But there is just March is fine.
update from Staria. March is done.
But
Uh,
I
uh,
think Lynn takes all of this in. Lynn,
sorry, just
I know exactly what you're laughing.
yeah, yeah.
Mark
I
has
will.
given up. He's given up the ghost. So tired of
Yeah,
all this shit. But
yeah. I will add then to what I said before. Hugh does seem so. Hugh hasn't been the best. He does seem worse for wear, just physically, but he certainly seems cheered up to see that you look to be recovering. So
there's as this is happening, there is just like the orange glow of the eyes does just fade slightly as she's just like in this pile. It does seem to have dimmed as though she was reacting immediately to whatever was going on and is now just going, oh yes, this is friend, this is family. And she just goes, uh, Hugh, kiddo, did you walk here?
uh, I feel like I should roll a deception for that or a performance to see. Though they're both a +1. Hugh. Holy bleep! I'm doing that at disadvantage. No, I'm
I'll
doing
roll,
that at disadvantage. We're taking the 9.
and I've rolled Lynn Insight. That is a 17. This is your aunt looking at you.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Hugh's just and he looks away. He looks away. He's like, yeah. He walked here, Lynn.
Congratulations, you now have both a house and a monkey judging you.
See, you say that, but honestly, you've done way worse, Lynn. You have no right to judge him.
Gestures at this monkey. Extremely. Lots of gesturing at this monkey, yeah. She's a hypocrite, but she also cares because you are a child.
Understandable, really. Like, he and his end is pink, and I think after a bit he would have gone, well, yeah, I did.
Hey, you're sick. You walked all the way over here. Nope, okay, no, we're not taking this, and you are just being tugged into the pillow pile.
There is another squeak, and I imagine just Hugh is, like, yoinked right into a hug.
Yeah, you are yoinked in. There are pillows all around you. It's still bright. It's still multicolored. It's not as though you're plunged into darkness. That actually does strangely seem relevant for some reason. But it is just like you are completely just like brought.
Vwild, are you still there? 'Cause you cut out on me.
Oh no.
Okay, I can hear you now, but the
Wait.
last I did hear was that, like, so he was yoinked in, and oddly enough, it's still light. It seems like darkness may be an issue.
Okay. We'll just carry on there. I have no idea why that happened. I'll go and attack someone later on and find out the answer. But you're pulled in. It is fluffy. It is multicolored. There is all different types of blanket and comfort and warmth here. It is strangely light still. You can make out details, which does seem unusual, seeing as just how many blankets are piled. But then you are just pulled into this golden fluffy monkey hug, which you can roll insight on if you like. I guess
Sure, I'll
insight is the
do
best one,
that.
seeing as it's basically Lin fur.
Yeah, fair, fair. I'll also add Lynn because you are hugging Hugh. Yeah, he has a temperature, but he does melt into the hug some. You can also tell he has his plushie with him.
Aww. 11.
I have advantage. I'm
Oh,
just
fantastic.
typing out the. So we'll take the 11.
An 11 or a 7.
7-11.
Hey! Fight me behind a Denny's parking lot. But as Lynn's hugging you and as you're hugging her, you don't get much. There's pressure all around you. It is a really nice stim place in here. There is enough pressure, but not too much. But it is like you can kind of just like forget there's her tail, there's her legs, she is bundling into you. You can feel her left hand, you can't feel her right, but that might actually be the pillow pressing into your back or whatever. And she's a little scratchy, but that's mostly like obscured by whatever special jumper she's wearing at the moment. Because she likes her jumpers.
Understandable, that's fair. I do feel like after the hug and squeeze, he would just like, just head pops out and like takes a deep breath from the sea of pillows. Like he, on Hugh's end at least, he does like to have his head out. So
There is as you come up, there is the rummage by your side as like you think a monkey might be climbing out of the depths. There is another blanket that is just plopped over you guys for a second, but it is just like pulled to one side so it's not obscuring your head.
Hugh's very appreciative.
You have the feeling that Lynn might have started with a small pile when she fell asleep, and that Network kept on building.
Oh my goodness. And you know what, he's gonna add to that too. He did after all come over with his own pile of blankets and stuff. So Lynn, there is now a starry blanket around you and Hugh, and just a bunch of other little pillows and stuff around. And there's definitely an extra blanket. It's a nice blue.
Aww. And there is the rumble, 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 pop, as Lynn's head does just pop up for the surface. Just a slightly less. Like, Lynn, she's basically star gleaming gold all the time. It is slightly less than that, but she does actually seem genuinely happy as she gives this little giggle.
And you are certainly getting a smile back. Like, that's good, cause man, after the events that happened in Lynn's lore game, he was worried, man.
Yes. He has every reason to be worried, especially like even now there is like the faint um sketching at the edges of her ears where it does just seem fluffy but also in that strange sketch way.
Yeah, I tried rolling another insight because Hugh would want to. Though that's a 12.
I think he'd see the way that her ears were like slightly frayed. Not know why, but it doesn't seem as though it's dangerous in any way. And it also does even seem to be ever so slightly stitching itself, like to the best it can be. Still messed up, but still doing a lot better than it could be. It doesn't look like, he who I'm gonna go to the place of ruin again anytime soon.
That's good, man. Because I'm also like, Hugh knows how Lynn looked at Tangled String since he was one of the party members there. So, he's relieved at this fact.
He will also notice with a 12 that when Lynn pops up, it is like this mound does just like spread over the sofa and over the like offering table and that sort of stuff. When Lynn pops up, it's incredibly close to the wall, as though she's got some part of her body pressed to it, to lift herself up to the surface because she's short as pick.
She is. And, like, to be fair, both of our kids are, like, very small, but Lynn is smaller than Hugh, which is saying a lot, honestly.
Hmm. Oh, indeed. But she does just like give this little chirping noise and then just like look, fix on Hugh and just grin and go, well, aren't we a bunch of comfy picnics?
Indeed. And Hugh then pulls out the March plushie and now we're extra comfy, sets it here. I March wasn't able to come today, but I'll be dragging him over soon. I mean, he'll be dragging himself over soon. He's probably going to give me a look when he fully wakes up. I mean, I told him I'm coming here, of course, but and
Did
he just he goes a little pink.
let me guess. You told him, hey, I'm heading out right as he was going to sleep, so he basically agreed with whatever you were saying.
Well, actually, he already was asleep. I managed to bully him into napping, but
Oh, yeah, that's a good thing. You kids need your rest. Have you been sleeping all right?
yeah, it's well, maybe I've been sleeping too much, honestly, but um,
Hmm.
roll me a quick insight for fun.
Hey, 22.
Yeah, you get to see all of this. Like, it's I've been sleeping a lot, and I'll be honest, I don't really feel more rested afterwards. So, and with the 22, it's I mean, Hugh, he does his best to like self care, both himself and March.
One of the only
And
in his family.
honestly, yeah. And Hugh is not kidding when he says he's sleeping too much, and you can see he's visibly exhausted. Uh, I'm figuring out how to describe this, but just like he has the eye bags and just
Hmm.
it's clear.
Hmm. All right. Well, sleep is good when you're fighting off sickness. I should know to a minor extent on that front. But yeah, we'll see if we can stay awake for as long as possible. If you start flagging, you can stay here. This cuddle pile is very pecking comfy. Great on the sketch, but come here. Let me take a look at your forehead. Right? Yes, you're getting mother henned by a monkey. Too late. Too late. It's happening. It's happening. And she's just like there is almost like this shuffle, 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 shuffle as she forcibly makes her way through these pillows. And then it's
Yeah,
just like very soft. Her left hand just very soft, just out of the pile, plap against your forehead. And it's a nice cool hand as well. Like you'd be surprised she's a warm monkey, somehow this hand is cool.
I mean, considering Hugh has a temperature, it would definitely feel cool, and you can feel Hugh lean into your hand, Lynn.
Mhm. 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 Okay. Hmm. Hmm. And Lynn is nodding. Lynn is nodding. It's I kind of want to roll medicine,
Go
but there
for
is
it.
something that she's gonna. All right. Let's see. Medicine. What's your? Oh yeah, you're proficient in that. I forgot because you've
Oh
had so
snap!
many.
Really?
Yeah, she's had so many terrible things happen to her family that yay, 19. You think
19.
this, you think this monkey wouldn't try and get a medical proficiency when she went, "Hey, everyone around me keeps getting picked up."
I mean, you're not wrong. No. Yeah. Hugh's ill, mate, but you already knew that.
Hmm.
Like
So,
right off the bat, it might look like a cold, or there was like the Toon variant of the cold where they go grayscale,
hmm
but it's like the symptoms resemble that. Hugh has a slightly sniffly nose, and like he's unnaturally tired, but you that's the best you can tell, really.
Thing is, this has been going on for weeks, so Lynn definitely knows if this isn't a cold. But
Yeah,
she's nodding and going, have you been to a doctor yet? I heard from Rai that you were looking into like getting someone to check you out.
yeah. I talked about it with March too, and well, we need to find someone. There is the hospital, but
Mm.
I well, maybe a bit silly from me, but I'd like to wait on the hospital a bit more.
And there is a look from Lynn at that. There's just like the furrowed brow as she's like given a half nod, but it's not a full nod. You can roll insight on that if you like, and I will
Cool.
give advantage.
Does that just mean I roll 3 times? Cause he already has
No, if you've
advantage.
already got advantage, then no, no.
Also, dang it, dice parser, let me roll insight. I'm rolling again. I'm
Hey,
taking the 17. Thank you for your extra.
yes. But you know from Lynn, with Lynn's past condition, that Lynn probably should have gone to a hospital back in the day, and that she didn't adamantly, obviously, just look at what she used to look like.
Yeah.
But she also is like she gives the half nod of waiting, and then she just pauses and goes, "If you have a serious condition, I get wanting to wait. Same time, don't pull on me, okay? I've got my dislike of hospitals, but even I can recognize that I need to go to them nowadays. I mean, I'm visiting certain places for new circumstances that I've found myself in. If I can manage to pluck my confidence up to go to a hospital, then so can you. And if you need a escort, guardian person, I can go with you. Anyone
Yeah.
threatens you, I hit them with my axe.
Well, hopefully that won't be needed. And I mean, of course, I'll be going with March, so I know I'll be okay with you two there. Um,
Is there anything particular that has you worried about going?
I mean, admittedly, it's just I've been to the hospital a lot in the past,
Hmm.
so it's more just
General dislike?
yeah,
Hmm. Uh, I've got another side of not liking hospitals, one I'm personally working through on that front to do it. But physical health is important. And hmm, if a regular hospital can't help, I do know certain people who are healers. It's if you do need help but don't want to go to a normal hospital, I can probably ask for some help on my end, see if I can get some help for you.
thank you. Yeah, there. Well, actually, funnily enough, March and I got help too. I met this guy recently called Win, and he talked to March a bit and actually handed him some like some contacts too. So
Uh-huh. Win.
yeah,
Don't
Professor Win Chimes. Don't know if you've heard him. He he knows magic really well. Like I know you're learning bard magic. You could probably ask him some stuff too. In fact, but he was really nice.
I'm just gonna roll I'm gonna roll something very quickly. That is a 19. That's a very good deception.
Oh
I'm
my
very pleased with that.
goodness.
When you say the full name, there's a nod. There's a nod, just as though she's committing the name to memory. There is also the, oh my god, that's an actual qualified wizard.
Hey, in Hugh's defense, he's a good wizard.
I know, but this is an adult. This is an adulty adult. This is the guy who does lectures. Lynn knows of this guy in passing, and she's definitely going to be looking into this person even more now. Like, the 19 is hiding the, holy pick, that's a full-on wizard. How did you find them? And then she's in her brain going, right, okay, I'm going to make a conspiracy board for this person. Conspiracy board 75.
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no. I think I can roll insight as well. Like
You know what?
insight again, but
You
to
know what?
see if you catches any of that.
Yes, I will allow. That's
That was a 2. Let's see what we get on the second. Yeah, yeah, that's he doesn't catch that.
I
He's ill and he's rambling a bit like he made us some soup and well, yeah, he made the suggestion to go to the hospital too.
So he sounds a smart man. All right. Well, I'll pay him a visit at some stage. I'm sure we'll get along just splendid.
Yeah, you better not show him all the conspiracy boards though. Like
Me? Conspiracy? I would never. That's after the 5th visit of someone, and that's because people I like you, for example.
he's just giving you a look like of Lynn, I know you have a lot of conspiracy boards. I walked in, like, I want to say that once he walked into like one of the side rooms that has all of the conspiracy boards and he was just bombarded with how many there were.
I think at one stage, because like they just stop on by, like March has seen it in part when they had like it was turnabout jump scare when she had several boards up for a case. So it has probably happened before that Hugh's come over just like, hi, I'm here to see you and Ryan. There's just Lynn with 3 boards around her desk, standing on her desk so that she can see them all clearly, just like turning around just to face him.
And I can absolutely bet March should have told Hugh about the conspiracy boards and turnabout jump scares. So like Hugh has a sneaking suspicion that Lynn has many more. So he's absolutely teasing her about this.
And she's trying not to smile because she's trying, no, I'm a serious person, I'm serious. And then she just
Sure
goes,
you are.
and then there is just like, okay, but to be fair, some of them aren't full conspiracy boards, some of them make sense.
What do you mean?
Well,
Lynn, what sort of conspiracy boards do you have? I thought you just had them for cases.
oh no, I've got plenty. I've got plenty for different things. I've got them for organizing events. I've got them for organizing what I know about people. I've got them about my theories about many different things, including the plot and including about you being a protagonist.
What, Lynn, what do you mean I'm a protagonist? No, I'm not. I'm I'm just someone, well, I'm just a person like anyone else and Lynn.
You're getting the most deadpan look you have ever seen in your life. And she just like looks at you, goes, you remember that time I took you and March and Rye to the garden and there were butterflies all over you 3? That doesn't
Yeah.
happen to anyone.
And then Lynn, I'm Giblin. It's you would
Irrelevant.
be
Shut
Lynn,
up.
I'm Ghibli, and you should have seen the. I mean, to be fair, a lot of butterflies do go on to March and I, but they've gone on to Tone too.
Hmm.
And huge pouting at this point.
Hmm.
And
So what you're saying is March is definitely a protagonist. I mean, that guy's got his entire arc. He is absolutely, like, seriously, there is a lot going on in his family life. He is most definitely a second generation protagonist or something. But anyway, let me show. Sweetheart,
I
sweetheart, board 63, please, if you
Hugh
can. There is a
Hugh
chunk.
I want to say at first Hugh just has his head in his hands because he's like, but I'm just a person like any other. And then just hearing this about March, head in hands, and then board 63.
Yeah. And there's Lynn stayed in she's ducked her head down and she's just like swimming through the pile slightly as she just like pops out lower down and just like hops out for a second. And there is a shathunk and there's the wall closest to you guys, like from the wall of love, there's then the wall on the if we're looking into the building on the left, and then there's the wall of pride with her special glass. And it's just like from there's just this board that you don't know where it came from. It's now just there.
Can Hugh like roll an intelligence?
Yes.
Do I make it intelligence check or intelligence save?
Depends how boggled he's gonna be.
Cause honestly, he's just trying. I want to roll intelligence to see if Hugh can catch on. Cause he'd be a bit. I wonder how that happened.
Okay,
So
so yeah.
I guess check. Cause he's just.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 12.
Okay. Yeah. Hugh, there is a lot of stuff on this board, but you know Lynn. You know Lynn. You also know Lynn's handwriting.
Yeah,
It's
he
nothing
sure does.
crazy. Like it's not. It doesn't look extreme as though she's not following you or anything, but it is very much she's collecting all of what she knows in her head, and
I
she's
just rolled investigation to see whether he can catch the board itself. That's 30-20. Give me the deets.
hey. All right.
Give me the deets, please.
But Hugh, this board is covered in red string and also like light yellow string, the same color as your hair. And it's just related.
Oh,
And you know Lynn is a detective or that she is an investigator, that she works hard to understand everything that is thrown at her. And on this board, you can basically see it almost looks partially like a case. I mean, there's a sketch of you on there, and there's just different things about you, about almost the line that your narrative has been taking up to this point. All these little things, all the bits that she's picked up on, all small aspects of what's happened in your life, where you are now, who you feel safe with. And it's almost protective the way it goes about, but also she has just highlighted different narrative things of okay, tragic backstory, dark magic, this sort of thing, curse, animal lover, Disney, like not. It's whatever the equivalent in this universe of saying someone's a Disney princess is, as well as like kidnapping risk and all those sorts of things. She's just like put up so many different things.
I want you to know he's dying a bit. He has gone absolutely red and is like, Lynn,
Yeah,
Lynn.
yeah, it's
And
great.
the boy is very much red and not sure what to do with this.
Listen, facts don't lie, and she slaps the board.
Lynn, I don't think. Lynn, this definitely doesn't count as normal. I'm sorry.
And she
He's
looks
too flabbergasted. Like,
flabbergasted.
yeah, he's too flabbergasted right now. Just like he's red. And then there's a beat and have you made multiple boards? Is there one of March or of Gregory or
I mean, both of those, yes. I mean, March has several because of, the grave situation case and other things that he's collaborated with me with. He's on a few of them. He's got his own board because of, and she just does this gesture as though she doesn't want to go into all the details, but also there's a lot with that boy.
Yeah, that's fair, but well, I also feel like he like is like I mean, okay, yeah, but and then he just looks at his own board. Why do I get the feeling there's just stuff like there's also just notes on like Hugh's favorite food. Make sure to
Yeah.
bombard him with this at some point. He's just looking at the board and like
With
just
the Dirty 20, you see other bits. Like, there are notes to one side of things that make Hugh feel comfortable, things that Hugh doesn't like, things that you should avoid saying or doing around Hugh, and then just different things, including with the Dirty 20, you do see like a small list of like animas present ideas, which she does just like slap her hand over when she sees you looking, just like, no, no, you can't see that yet.
he just goes pink and then looks at another section of the board like, oh, okay.
Your family. But she does just go, and Gregory's got multiple because, crime. He has a lot of crime. He's also got the Wizard Guild, and I've got to deal with them because they keep on riding. I'm not going to finish that sentence because you are a child, and I'm not going to use those swears around you.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's okay. I've heard worse from Decimal. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure that whatever you have to say isn't worse than what you said
So,
already, so it's okay.
so you're talking to Decimal a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I've given him my apartment keys, so generally he just comes through the window, but yeah, we like to hang out a lot.
Hmm.
Hugh looks up with like question mark.
There is just like the lean back as like Lin to the wall goes, okay, we're gonna update board 72. Hey. And there is just like,
In the background there's a Lynn, what do you mean board 72?
don't worry about it. I got a board for Decimal.
Lynn?
I've basically got a board for everyone I know. Not everyone, because like my network, I've got informants. Gregory's on that board as well for obvious reasons, but that they've all got their own board together. And then I have one for, Decimal and one for the Fates because there is so much pick and stuff going on there that I can't find out shit on.
I mean, do you like Lynn, how much do you know? Because I have been able to find out some. I got a visit from Death. They were able to
Sorry,
tell me.
what? Hugh, can I just say, when you're going, hi, I've been under several weeks, going, oh, hi, I've been visited by Death. You've got a very loud monkey just looking at you. There is a house judging. There is a thunk from the back room of another, like, conspiracy board falling somewhere.
Yeah, Death came and visited me. They just knocked on the door. He was
How
roll me
many?
inside. Do you want to roll me inside? Cause there's like a day, and then he stops before he goes.
15. Also, can I just say, the
Yeah.
knocking at your door is a phrase meaning, they're coming to kill you, so...
Oh my god! I did not. I mean, on my end, I didn't think of that. Neither did you.
War means someone's gonna die, and I am losing it. Lynn is losing it. Lynn is just like, you can see the very wide-eyed look that Lynn has on her face. She might have liked death, but she will fight death for Hugh.
And like, okay, so first Hugh paused because he was about to say like so he was about to say they actually know where I live. But he actually wait, maybe Death didn't really want to be I shouldn't share too much on Death. They didn't really want to be known. Maybe I shouldn't add that part. And he just goes like, yeah, they just knocked on my door, so I let them in and we had a chat over tea. This was a while back now. Like you you know that information on the pendant I sent to you and everyone else?
And also,
I
you
mm,
can very much see the way that Lynn is just slightly slack-jawed before giving that very tight.
I got that information from them as well as just I managed to find some more on the Weave of Fate, and they also told me a bit more.
Heckin'
Like,
fantastic! You got a pal out of death.
yeah, I told them they could visit if they want, though. I know on my end as the player, I haven't checked in with RJ, though I get the feeling Dev really hasn't visited Hugh, though they do have the invitation slash okay to visit.
I'm just gonna say here and now, Lynn is like nodding. She's nodding. She's gone to her desk. She's pulled down a notepad, and I'm gonna just roll something very quickly for her on that front.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just
You
gonna.
can all I'm just gonna say as a bonus to all of this, you see how Hugh is very nonchalant about how technically a demi deity came to visit me.
She does fumble with what she's holding. You can roll perception if you like,
Yes, please.
but she is very much. There is just slightly nod, nod. That is
Nat
a
20.
Hugh. All this time, Lynn hasn't used her right hand once in any part of the interaction stuff. It's all been her left hand or her tail. And you do see as she just like goes for her desk, she reaches up to get like a notebook and she fumbles with it. Like the hand doesn't close around it properly, but she does catch it with her tail after a second.
Ah.
And there is just kind of this look on her face of, oh, yeah, that was gonna happen. Whoops. Before she just starts writing in the book with like propping it on her right arm and then writing with her left hand as she walks back over. And
Can
yes,
I, as the player, ask what she's writing down?
well, Hugh Ghibli boy has got a thing with death. Great, that's great news. And she's basically writing in giant the equivalent of "Death's knocked at my boy's door. Investigate the fates more." As she slaps that on the board. Like she rips it off, and then this new note in giant is just slapped on his conspiracy board.
You will note Hugh is very nonchalant about the fact that like Death came over to his door and like I'll say with everything you'll remember that Hugh was outright friends with a deity back home in Yeast. Just I don't know if there's a part on the conspiracy board that notes that Hugh knows some deities, is friendly with them, but I get the feeling that'll just be added if it already is.
This is getting slapped onto the note about that. And she does just straight up go, Hugh, you say
Yeah.
you're normal. I respect that. Honestly, I applaud it. You know multiple, like, minor deities. That ain't normal, picking kiddo. You're a protagonist. Deal with it.
Hugh's just pink and like, but um,
Can you explain this? Can you give a logical conclusion why you know multiple deities?
life just happens, man. I don't,
Yeah,
I,
admit,
I can't really
yeah.
say it. Just well, I can't really comment on why they like me, but I mean at the end of the day, aren't we all people? So
Oh yeah, we're all people. I'm not discrediting that. What I'm saying is some people the plot seems to like more than others. You seem to be one that the plots all really like. So that's why you're a protagonist.
looks at you, Mr. Mr. Best Friends with one of the fates is friendly with another, and like Peace at least seems to be friendly with all of the Tangled Strings crew. Anywho, Hugh is just kind of he can't really say anything. He's just kind of pink and looking down like his hair has gone floof, obviously.
Aww. He's a little fluffy child.
He is.
But Lynn does just like shake her head and she does just like come back over. And there is almost like a shuffle of her feet of she's just getting a little tired now. And she just like flops back in. And she just goes, hey, I'll update the board later on, but basically just be picking careful, kid. You're making allies, acquaintances. You got a lot of forces like looking out over you. Make sure nothing goes wrong on that front, alright?
Yeah, I'll do my best to be careful, okay? And so you are getting a hug from Hugh, by the way, once you flop down.
Oh, she's
Um,
that. She's taking that.
yeah, I'm going to say, as the player's note, yeah, it's kind of hilarious how many, like, ties Hugh has. I'm cackling here. Um,
I have been cackling for a long time, ever since I started realizing just how many interesting people Hugh was picking up. I was at one stage just wheezing over a cup of tea.
yeah, that's understandable. That's not even getting into the light and the darkness, but
Oh yeah,
anyhow.
there.
Anyways,
Hoo! There is so much going on with this kid.
there it's like, but we don't have time to unpack all of that.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
But I will say you are getting a hug from Hugh, Lin, and hey Lin, I noticed you weren't using your right hand. Was it was hurt, wasn't it?
There is a long pause at that. And then Lynn goes, yeah, kiddo, yeah, my hands, well, I've definitely joined the club on that front, but
The club?
you know, a couple of us have got botched arms, botched designs. I mean, bless Pip, bless Craigery, uh, and she does raise her hand, and you do see it's wrapped in like light blue bandages. Like not white, not red like she used to have, but this nice light blue, and she just goes, It's it's gonna heal? It's gonna heal, but I don't know if it's gonna well, we'll just see in time. It's something called a narrative scar to an extent, as well as, well, got extremely mangled by different things I'm not gonna go into. You are a child. But I'm okay.
That's good. I've I've seen my fair share of things too. If you need to talk, I'm here as well, okay? But
You are a child. You're young. You should be able to live your life happily. But
oh, by the way, roll me insight real quick. Roll me twice, just for something before with the hand club, and
Mhm.
now when you say you're a child, you should be able to. Oh my
That's
goodness!
a
Oh my
7 1.
goodness! I almost want to use that 21 for both of these.
We can say it was like with advantage, and so
Yeah, let's do
give us
that.
some tweets.
Yeah, okay. So when Lin was talking about the picked up hand club, you will note he was thinking of someone, and then you remember March
Mm-hmm.
and how technically March does fit too because he requires his gloves.
Yes.
And Hugh seemed to be thinking of multiple people. Was he thinking of Decimal? They do seem to be hanging out together a lot.
Well, like there is
Oh.
a note of Decimal on the wall, so if like Hugh's gaze does go to that, she will be thinking of that as well.
Yeah, I'd say it would have.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but on the you're a child and you should rest and just well I think it may be a little late for that. I am doing my best to live my life, but there's been a lot. And like Lynn, you know what happened in Hugh's past. You heard as well. You got the account from him how he was trapped behind Yeast for a month in those caves, and well, he is here in Toontown looking for a curse breaker.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
It's
She's not gonna throw more things onto this kid's pile, like, oh hey, you know when I went missing? Well, turns out I got tortured by the thing of literal nightmares. Don't worry about it. She's not gonna throw that on a kid. He's got his own shit to deal with the curse.
I mean fair, but I think he's piecing it together on his own already, so he
Oh
won't
shit, gotta
push you to
distract him.
pardon?
Oh shit, gotta distract him. Okay.
He's already pieced it together, especially with that arm. Thank you very much. And noting how her fur is a bit is sketchier than it should be, but it's not like he's going to push you to talk about it either. So you're just getting another soft hug from him.
But she does just go, I'm taking ink supplements and the hand physical therapy's helping with that already. I've got a few things in mind for that. And hey,
That's good.
my outline doesn't hurt all that much today, so that's good. But yeah,
I'm glad. Have you gone to therapy as well? Because I mean, after all of that.
physical therapy, yeah. It's as I just said, the hand. And
Have you gone to, have you gone to get some help with the psychological part? And he's giving you a look.
there is very much you get the feeling that when you said therapy before, she was just going, yes, physical, not the psychological. No, I'm totally answering the question, but it's just as you say psychological, she's like, yeah, no, I can't lie my for that one. I cannot skip over this, and she just goes, I ironically, when all of this went down, the day after everything went down, I actually had a therapy appointment booked to meet someone and start that out. I'm gonna look into it again at another point.
Lynn, you know that's just a case of bad
But
timing, right? It's
of
I
that
know you
happened
talk about plot
recently,
and
and
stuff.
I'm putting.
Lynn, Lynn, I know you talk about plot and stuff, and but like
I've got my
you
hypothesis. It makes
it's
sense.
not the case, you know. You know that, right? Life is what it is, and
Hugh.
Lynn,
This is
Lynn,
unwell, Hugh.
you know that this with wanting to go to the therapist and everything, well, going terribly, it was a bad coincidence, right? Like if it failed once and you just give up, like what's that? You're going to let yourself continue to hurt.
And Lynn does look off to one side for a moment as she seems as though she's going to say something and then stops and then thinks and then works her jaw and then goes to say something else. And her tail is like curled up and around her for a bit and she goes, if something keeps happening enough, there is correlation doesn't equal causation. At the same time, eventually you have to admit that trends and patterns are happening. I'm not gonna go off the deep end. I'm not gonna go back to what I was before, to the level of getting picked up by M again.
You better not.
Yeah. I've got too much riding on being here, but I'm postponing getting full therapy. I'm monitoring myself. What happened to me seems to have given me some more triggers than I used to have, as well as me being able to pick up on things that were underlying the surface. I'm going to give him this. The thing did love to monologue, so I get some more information than I ever wanted.
You nudge and you're being squeezed a bit.
There isn't a squeak, but she does lean in. She goes, I'm working on improving. I'm gonna tell March and a couple of other contacts of mine, but me and Rai and one of my cousin Lil Hattie, we're gonna be moving to Halloweentown soon. Next
Oh,
month.
okay.
It's I've got a guy who can move Sweetheart, and Toontown isn't good for my health. So, I mean, I'm already not taking cases for the moment. I'm
That's
still
good.
I'm still
I
being
hope
people, but yeah.
that's good. I hope you're not taking cases right now.
Uh,
I
no, uh, no, I'm not taking cases right now. Don't worry about that. But if you ever need help, you can always call on me. I'm keeping everything as calm as I can. It's good for my sketch at the moment, helping it resettle, but I am still here when you need me. And she does think for a second. She goes, I tell you what. Here's a deal. Let
yeah.
me deal with you, right? Now, you need to go to a hospital for your condition and stuff. I
Yeah.
I need to go to therapy at some point. If you go to the hospital, I'll look into booking an appointment. And then when you're better, then I'll see about doing stuff. If nothing happens in the meanwhile, 'cause if I get better and if everything gets better and it all goes horribly wrong again, then well, I'll think about it because I need to make sure that everything's safe. But let's
You're
make it.
getting a look at this part.
She is just
So you know.
she's kind of rambling. You can actually see like she's doing like hand gestures as though she's organizing all of her thoughts in her head. You kind of get the feeling that this monkey is always running on at least 7 different like tracks at once. She Tokyo drifts. But
And we love her dearly.
she does just like see the look and just like wave one hand, then she just goes, so let's make a tentative agreement to feel better. Right? I've got self-care books, so I'm gonna be stable. I just need to do some more looking into stuff before I can cement this final bit for myself.
Okay. But well, let's make this deal then, shall we? I I need to talk to March about this anyway, so we can so he and I can go to the hospital to see what's up with me, and in turn, you go to therapy.
Yeah, I've got someone. I mean, Decimal kind of yeeted that business card at my head, and I know this one person from well, from a courthouse. It's someone Asclepius apparently trusts. Leet. It's I'll make an appointment with them at some point. I want to look into them a bit more now. I mean, I've been
Okay.
through enough situations that I need to check stuff out before I dive into it. But yeah, yeah,
Okay. It's a deal then.
it's a mother picking deal. And she does just like reach out with her left hand for a shake.
And you get a hand. Well, Hugh takes that hand. The deal has been made.
Huzzah! Barring no other circumstances, this monkey's gonna go to goddamn therapy.
Heck yeah, we'll make it happen.
We're probably gonna have to get an actual, like a legitimate adult to like drag her to therapy. Because like she keeps on getting told to by children. They're younger than her.
Yes.
And, sh- and she's got
And
crazy
Lynn, why, like, when the people younger than you are telling you to go to therapy, maybe you should consider that something's wrong, huh?
children! They're children who don't understand the plot. Craigery gets it. Craigery supports her.
Lynn, please.
She looks up to Gregory as a chaotic man of science. Does she actually trust in most of his things? No, he's an idiot. However, she trusts him in this. And he supports her, so she looks up to it.
My head is in my hands. I love them dearly, but my goodness.
Lynn has latched onto a chaotic dumbass, and we just have to deal with it, okay?
Yeah, we do. We do.
She could listen to Jacques and Asclepius. She hasn't talked to them about this sort of stuff yet because of other things. But
She should talk to them anyways. They know what they're doing.
yes,
They're practically her parents.
yes, it's an interesting thing that she hasn't talked to them about some of this stuff. We'll figure that out at another day. But there is just like,
Hugh knows none of this, cause if he did, you would be getting bullied. Lovingly, Lynn, but my
yes,
goodness.
indeed. But there is just like the handshake. There is actually a noise from Sweetheart of
You absolutely get a laugh from Hugh.
Alright. But that's enough conspiracies, and there is a thwomp. And as you guys aren't looking, it seems as though the conspiracy board just seems to have vanished. And she just goes, "We've got comfort, we've got pillows and blankets, because I pecking am not letting you go all the way back across Toontown on your own."
Well, I mean, I'm sure March will.
Nope.
I'm sure March will come here himself, so
Yeah. Alright,
we can.
he'll come pick you up, and that'll all be good. So how about you and me go upstairs, or I go upstairs, or one of us goes upstairs, and we get like the hot chocolate and the cookie, and there is a crash and a clatter from upstairs.
Oh my goodness.
And
And
yeah,
considering we're reaching an hour and a half,
yeah,
would
I
you say this is a good place to end it with
yes,
Hugh and Lynn looking at each other and then they both race upstairs?
yes. There is probably chocolate powder in the air as networks tried to make hot chocolate.
Oh my goodness.
Network, the tornado of a genius loci making hot chocolate. Yeah, these two are gonna get covered in hot chocolate powder and stuff. And that's a great place to end it.
Yes, I'm just imagining the door opens, you see Lynn and Hugh looking in at this mess and just smash cut.
Yeah. Bright gold walls, bright hum, and Lynn can very much hear "Network helping!" And that's where we end it.
It's like a little bit later, you see Lynn and Hugh asleep on the like blanket and pillow pile with their hot chocolate finished and some cookies, like cookie crumbs on a plate.
Yes, it is soft, it is sweet, and they are well rested. Aww.
And I absolutely love them, Your Honor.
Yeah! They are adorable. They are adorable. We love them so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, Vwild. This was an absolute blast. I'm sobbing in the best way possible.
Aw, thank you for doing this with me. It's absolutely fantastic and I adore you so much. Just
It
like,
was about.
look at them. Look at them, Your Honor.
They're adorable. It was about time they had an FPS together.
Yes. But shall we say goodbye to our wonderful, wonderful audience at this point?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you so much, Staria, for like video recording all of this. And
Mhm.
thank you everyone for listening and being awesome. So bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone. Bye-bye.